Charisma. People ask us quite regularly, is charismatic leadership a sort of precondition for being effective as a leader? I mean, it's a very interesting question. And certainly we see a lot of very effective charismatics in leadership roles, around the world. I think the first thing to remember is that leadership isn't in you. It's an attribution that a follower or a potential follower makes to you and says, look, I will follow you as a leader. So it's between you and the follower. Now that attribution it's not the same thing as the formal authority of a manager. If somebody works for you and they're a reasonable and decent person and you ask them as their manager to do something, they'll do it. But that's different to someone vesting trust in you and then committing to act with higher energy or more commitment than just being asked to do something and doing it. So leadership and management are sort of different things in this situation. To my mind, there are a number of preconditions around leadership. So the first is actually holding a sense of personal responsibility. If I feel personally responsible for something, then I'm likely to act on it. And leadership, we know, is an active state. It's not about being passive. It's about, go see, be near, get involved, get up close to the issue, and be responsible for its outcome, even if someone else is doing the work. A second precondition is trust. So the follower is vesting trust in you, trust that you're sharing the goals, you're sharing the common enterprise. And if that trust doesn't exist, of course, as their manager, they'll still do what you ask, but they won't follow you as a leader. The third precondition, I think, is being readable, being predictable in the way that you behave and act and make decisions. Because me as a follower, what I need to know is will the effort I put in result in the leader being pleased or happy or satisfied with my effort? And I need to read that level of effort. And if I can create a predictable situation where I know how I work results in the leader being satisfied with that, then I know how to calibrate myself. So I can work to the leader's agenda, and the leader can work to my trust. So you ask where charisma comes into that. Well, to my mind, charisma is a shortcut to trust. So it's an iteration of personal skill, rhetoric, presence, that allows a follower to say, I'll follow you even though I haven't got the evidence that we're doing the right thing or we're going in the right direction. So you ask, well, where is charisma useful in a leadership position? And there are definitely some situations where it is useful. So in selling, for example, say take a professional fee and a pitching to a client. That sense of being present, being passionate about what they do, creates a condition where the client can vest trust in the professional to do what they say they're going to do, without the evidence, because of course they haven't done it yet. So that charismatic state, helps in selling. In crisis, where a group of followers have to say, yes, we'll do as we're told. Yes, we'll follow you. It needs to be quick. We'll work out why later. In top-down change, where the authority of the charismatic leader can drive the change through to conclusion without a sense of the evidence, the data that allows us to commit to the change. But there are problems with charisma as well. Because it's a shortcut to trust. You could see leadership as a tool, an economic tool to get things done. So it's very possible for a charismatic to ride an organization or a group of people to utter destruction through this shortcut to trust. The other thing we know about charisma is that charismatic leaders create very loyal followers. What they don't do is create other leaders. So In the absence of the charismatic individual, the followers have learned how to follow, not to lead. And we often see situations where, as the charismatic leader retires or leaves the organization, the business loses momentum because what we do is we follow really well, but we can't get our act together to lead others. So charisma is a bit of a two-edged sword. It can help an organization to have a fast start or work well in crisis or create momentum. But there's a real question about whether the charismatic leader can create organizations that can sustain over long periods of time, and particularly when that charismatic individual leaves the organization.